y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode, or the first episode of Life Uncorked with Marian. I'm super, super excited. My first guest, Mrs. Dallas, Shapprell Dallas, Mrs. Dallas to me. Thank you so much for being on. I have to give a toast to you because it's Life Uncorked. So, we got to start it off with a toast.
Let's toast.
So, fitness guru, wife, mother, businesswoman, fitness trainer, model. I mean, your magazine features include ESPNW, the New York Post, MSN, Pop Sugar, Sweat, Strong Star, and UK Daily Mirror.
I know.
You're amazing.
That's crazy.
So here's to you,
Cheers.
Shapprell Dallas.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
And thank you for that lovely intro.
Yes. So I'm super, super excited to sit down with you. We were just talking about this, 5 years.
5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years, first of all. We have communicated a little bit on social media, but we haven't seen each other in 5 years.
I know, that's
crazy.
Insane. And you look just like how you looked when I first met you.
Thank you. And you're more beautiful than ever.
Oh,
so good to see you. I used to tell you that all the time. You remind me of my daughter. So sweet.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Destiny.
I used to say that all the time, right? When we first met, I'm like, you remind me of my daughter.
Oh, Destiny is like amazing. I cannot wait to see her. I mean, she's doing her thing in California.
She is.
So, yeah, shout out to Destiny. But, yeah, I found you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was in need, and I remember, I literally prayed because at the time I was really wanting to do the modeling thing, and I was like, I really want someone that is going to be good for me. When finding a fitness trainer, it can be a little scary because
it's very scary, and
I don't want like a creep,
yeah, I've heard, and it's funny you say that because I just signed a new client who had a bad experience, and I may not be for everyone, so I'm not knocking any other trainers. It's just that personality-wise, it has to click. Yep. It's more than just telling someone what to do with a weight. It's a relationship that you build, and sometimes personalities may clash, and sometimes they mend, and I like to think that you have to find your person just like in another relationship. Yeah. Like you can be a great trainer, but you may not be a great trainer for me.
Right.
So I've had a client that just came on board that said, oh my God, you're so much better than my last trainer. I just clicked with you instantly. And I think that's what we had
No,
too.
we did.
Yeah,
literally.
instantly.
We really did. It was truly amazing because immediately it kind of felt like family with you. Like in my head, my nickname for you was like my fitness mom.
Same.
Because we would have conversations.
Yes, mother-daughter conversations, girlfriend conversations. Yeah.
And the time would just fly by. I'm like, oh my gosh, the workout's
I know,
over.
The hour. You didn't even realize I just made you do all that, did you?
Yep. Found you on Instagram, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
So I want to deep dive into just so many things with you. Marriage, because I know you've been married for a long time. Fitness. So let's start with how you became a fitness trainer. How did you even get into fitness? Were you active as a child?
Such a great question.
Play sports in high school, college?
No, I honestly, my husband, we were dating, and he was into amateur bodybuilding at the time. And I say amateur because it's not to knock that amateur against pros, but most of pro bodybuilders take steroids. And it's a well-known thing. Yeah. So you can look it up on the internet if you don't believe me. So he never wanted to do the steroid route. He wanted to be all natural. So back in the day, because we're older, my husband will be 61 in 2 months. Yeah. Back in the day, it was amateur bodybuilding if you weren't willing to do the roids. And then you had professional bodybuilder, the big, huge Hulk type guys. Yeah. They called pro bodybuilding. Right. So it's not to knock amateur bodybuilding, but I would go around and support him on all his shows and go to the gym just to hang out with him when he was working out. And one day he was like, listen, you can't just keep coming here sitting around watching me work out. If you're going to come to the gym, you need to do something. Yeah. So, because, he'd be lifting and I'd be just like this.
Yeah,
and
just gazing.
Chit-chatting and just enjoying being with him. He's like, you can't do that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll just go, and I'll pick up some weights. And I was just over there in the corner flaring my weights around. And one day he's like, you're not doing that right. If you want to get serious about working out, I need to be your trainer. I was like, well, help me. And he's like, but no, if you really are serious, I'm going to be your trainer and you need to sign a contract. And I thought, you can't be serious. You're my boyfriend.
Wow.
So he would show me things, and he was constantly correcting me, and I felt like he was nitpicking me. I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? You know, I was all sensitive. I was really young too.
Yeah.
I was really sensitive, and he's like, listen, if you want my help and
Yeah.
you want me to be your trainer, I'm going to treat you like a client. You're not my girlfriend at this moment. I'm your trainer, and you need to
Yeah.
sign this contract like everybody else.
Oh my
And I was like,
gosh.
what?
Wait.
You're going to make me sign a contract?
Yeah.
So he did, and I still wasn't taking it as serious as I should. And then I got to tell you, I saw this fitness girl. I'll never forget. Her name was Tina, and she was gorgeous. And she had the body that I desired.
Yeah.
And I remember like this, I'm following this girl, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
And I want to look like that.
Right.
And I remember Patrick going, you got to get serious, you know? And I
Yeah.
think it was me seeing her and seeing what I could look like. And I'm like, okay, now I got to get
You saw the
serious.
vision. You
I
saw
saw the
what you
vision.
wanted.
I
Yeah.
saw the vision. And I'm like, she was healthy. She was energetic. She seemed so happy and full of life. And it's like, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. And so he was like, now it's time to get serious.
Wow. I have
So
to say,
I did.
like, just for you all to be
Mm-hmm.
like boyfriend and girlfriend, and then to allow him to be your trainer,
Yeah.
that was pretty big, because I
Yeah.
feel like most women would be like, oh my gosh, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the gym with my boyfriend,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
he's judging me. And like,
no.
were you all in the early
Yeah.
stages of dating when you decided that he
Well,
was going to be your fitness trainer?
It
or-
was kind of early. Like, you know, you got to remember we're much older now. I'm going to be 55, so we were so much younger. Nowadays, I think people would consider it, no, we have been dating a while, but for me, I would say it was probably within the first couple years.
Okay.
So it was still kind of early.
Yeah, still kind
but
of fresh.
nowadays it'd be like, oh, we were locked in, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we started working out together, though, but first, remember, he was training me. So he was being my personal trainer. But then when we started working out together, as just we're couples working out together, he wasn't my trainer, I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
It was a bonding experience.
Right.
So I would say two things. I know you didn't ask this question. That is how I started. But I would say for people that are interested, find someone you really like to be your workout partner. You motivate each other.
Yeah.
He motivated me. So when we would work out together and he would spot me, like if I'm stuck on a machine and it's like, okay, this weight's too heavy, and he's spotting me and saying,
Yeah.
come on, you got it, you can do it. It's like, okay, that feels good to have someone like in your corner pushing you that really cares about you.
Yeah.
It's not competitive. It's like we're working together to achieve this goal together. So it's
Yeah,
like
it's a
we got
partnership.
really close when we started
Yeah.
work. And it's like we're going to the gym at this time. We know we're going to be spending quality time supporting and helping each other, but we're reaching a goal together. He had his
Right.
goals remember, he was competing.
Yeah.
So every competition is like, say this competition he placed third, I need to work on this so I can place second or first next time.
Yeah.
And then my goals was, I want to feel better. I want to look better. I was petite, I was small, but I had no strength. I had no stamina. My cardio sucked. So he's like, just because you're small doesn't mean you're healthy.
I'm so glad you said that,
Just
because
yeah.
I feel like that's such like a common misconception,
It
that
is.
people think,
It is.
you know, if you're small or tiny, or if you're skinny, that you're in
I
shape.
was skinny and I
it's-
was out of shape. I was
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
horribly out of shape. Like my husband would tease, he's like, you're skinny, but I couldn't get you to run to that stop sign, you'd be out of breath. And he was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He was right. So he's like, you need to get your cardio up, your stamina up. Just because you're skinny, you're not going to last. There's no longevity in that.
Right.
Size really isn't the issue. I've trained plus size women that can outwork some of my smaller clients.
Yeah.
They have better stamina.
Yeah, more
They
muscle.
more endurance, more muscle,
Yeah.
but they're plus size. It doesn't mean they're not fit just because they're plus size.
Right.
So that's another misconception people have. Size does not matter when it comes to health and fitness.
Right,
So I
right.
have a cousin right now. She's lost 130 pounds.
Oh my God.
She's lost 130 pounds.
Yeah.
She wants to lose another 80 pounds. So that tells you how overweight she was.
Wow.
I have clients that could not outrun her on a treadmill at her
Yeah.
large size, her stamina, her cardio. They
Yeah.
couldn't outrun her. They can't outlift her. They won't
Yeah.
outlast her. Her stamina is through the roof because she trains consistently and she changed her diet.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to do all those things from a small person. So here she was overweight, I was underweight, and we both had to do the same thing to meet in the middle of being healthy and fit.
Yeah.
One very skinny, one very large,
Yep.
but neither one of us was in good shape. So she
Yeah.
started her fitness journey much later than I. She's much younger than me, but still we're coming from two different ends of the spectrum,
Yep.
trying to meet here in the middle.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah. So for
Wow.
me, my husband did that for me.
Yeah. So, well, I know you all have a fitness company called Top Bodies Fitness.
Yes.
So, at what point did you all decide to say, okay, I'm going to make this a career, and like
When we moved to Orlando, actually, it was my
Okay.
husband who started first. So I wasn't in the fitness business. So he got hired at Bally's.
Okay.
So we were a young married couple. So we married, we moved to Orlando, and we moved here and looking for jobs. So we moved here as entrepreneurs. We've always been entrepreneurs. So when we first moved to Orlando, we ran our Spotless Image mobile detailing business. But he was doing bodybuilding still. He was always in the gym and doing bodybuilding. And
Right.
people would see him out and going, oh, are you a trainer?
Yeah.
So you know what? He was like, I'm going to go to Bally's and see if I can get a
Yeah.
job there.
Yeah.
So he went. I don't know if you're old. Do you remember Bally's
I
Fitness?
don't.
Okay,
No.
so that's how old I am. I'm telling on myself. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So for all the older viewers, you might know of Bally's Health and Fitness. So Bally's Health and Fitness was the largest fitness chain back in the day, because I'm older. So
can't
Bally's
tell.
Health and Fitness was
Yeah.
the largest fitness chain back in the day. So he went to Bally's and they said, oh, you look the part, but you need to get certified. Bally's certified their personal trainers. So they hired him to be a fitness instructor. You didn't have to be certified. They would train you to be a fitness instructor. Are the people's when you come in the gym, there are people with the Bally's polo shirts on, and they take
Yeah.
you around the gym. They show you the different machines, and then you're on your own.
Okay.
Personal trainers were the one that you would hire to be one-on-one with
more
you,
intimate.
more intimate,
Okay.
and design programs for you to fit your needs. You sit down with a trainer like you did and say, hey, I want to do X, Y, Z with my body.
Right.
The personal trainer designs a fitness program for you, and they're your trainer 2 to 3 times a week for 1 hour.
Yeah.
So he got hired as a fitness instructor, and then he went through the Bally certification and became a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Within a year, he became personal trainer of the year for the fitness chain, the local Central Florida. So Bally's would give awards to their trainers, top ranking trainers, and my husband went from the newbie to top trainer of the year within 1 year.
Wow.
So he got very popular and was getting all the clients.
Yeah.
And there was a little rift in the gym.
he was destined to
He
be
was
doing fitness.
destined because he
Wow.
was like other trainers would get higher, and he was like the go-to guy,
Mm-hmm.
always helping the younger, newer hires and training people to be trainers. So he was
Yeah.
that guy. He was that
Yeah.
guy. And then he had clients that became competitors. So now he's training people, and they're competing and they're winning trophies.
Yeah.
And so after he got so popular at Bally's and the business was overflowing, one day he's like, I want to open my own gym.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, that's going to take a lot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
he's like, no, we can do this. I want to open
Yeah.
my own gym. He's like, I got all the clients. They're taking too much of my money. Back in the day, Bally's got 60% and you got 40%.
Oh my God.
He was making them a lot of money because he was working from sunup to sundown.
Right.
Short breaks, well over 10, sometimes 12 hours.
Yeah.
So every client that he signed, and back then let's say it was $350 a month, Bally's getting 60% of what he's making.
And he's working sun up to
And
sundown.
he's getting 40%. He's like, I open my own gym, I get 100%. I pay my bills, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll support it.
Yeah. And
And
he had, I
Yeah.
mean, clearly he was going to be successful in
Yep.
it, because the way you said
Yeah.
he climbed up,
Oh, yeah.
that tells you that
Oh, yeah.
people felt comfortable with him. And, I used to work front desk at a gym, so I'm familiar with the
Yeah.
process of
Yes.
you sign up for your membership, and then you
Yes.
get if you want to do, have a
Right.
fitness trainer, you meet with your fitness trainer, and then you kind of sit down and talk with them,
That's
like, okay,
right.
what's my diet plan going to be? This is my
Yes.
goal. This is how I want to
Yes.
look, and you kind of pick a schedule.
Right.
And so I think that's just amazing that he was able
Yeah.
to touch that many
A
people
lot of people.
in
He's
such a
very
short
popular.
amount of time.
Oh yeah,
You
short amount
know,
of time. And we
that's-
really did. We opened that gym, and he was like, "Well, I was already working out, very very serious. And I remember him saying, "I can't handle all these clients. You got to get certified." So he brought me in. So when I got certified,
Yeah. That's when it became like
The
a
women
couple.
are like, I want your wife to be my trainer. So I ended up having more clients than him after a while.
Yeah.
It's like, because most females are more comfortable with women. And then if you have some female clients, say the husband buys her personal trainer and they feel more comfortable with the woman training their wife.
Yeah.
And so then it became more like he's training the guys and I'm training the girls kind of thing, even though he still had female clients that he brought from Bally's. So he had his built-in clients, because when he left Bally's, they followed.
Yeah.
So he took all his
That is
clients from
amazing.
Bally's to
Oh
our
my
personal
gosh.
studio.
Yeah.
And our personal studio was in Altamont Springs, and it was an old gym that another popular fitness trainer had at the time, Penny Price. And you may not remember her, but Penny Price was really big back in the day. She had done some big competitions, and I think she was in a couple magazines long before we made magazines. So Penny Price and her husband got a divorce and were selling the gym.
Oh, wow.
It was just perfect timing. God's
Yeah.
timing is what I say. My husband's like, I want to open a gym. They're leaving their gym. Perfect timing. All the equipment, gym already set up. So it's like they moved out. The landlord bolted it up.
Yeah.
And he was going to sell the equipment. There was some back due, rent due. We worked out a deal with him and said, don't sell the equipment. We're going to open the gym. And we work out the deal, and the rest is history.
Wow.
It was just like that.
Is
The timing was, it was
amazing.
seamless.
Yeah.
And then we brought all those customers from Bally's. Even a couple of the instructors left Bally's and worked for us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bally's was probably out to get y'all.
It was
oh my
crazy,
gosh.
but it was exciting. It was fun. So I got certified, and
Yeah.
the rest is history. I started training for competitions, and then I did the
Yeah.
biggest one, the Miss Galaxy Fitness competition. And
Oh my gosh, no, I know.
The
Like
rest is
I had
history.
to get your magazine features in
I
there
know.
because
I know.
your pictures from when
It's-
you were like doing your fitness training and modeling, I mean,
brutal.
amazing.
It
Google
was-
her, okay?
Let me tell you. Know what's so funny
Like-
about that? When you say Google me, I had to say that to somebody on Instagram who thought that I was photoshopped.
Get out.
Before you started training with me, I had an old client that was on. I was reading comments because I didn't always read comments, and so when my stuff started going viral before I got in trouble because I was clapping back at people, it was crazy.
Right.
So this guy was saying, "Oh, she's photoshopped. That can't be real." I'm like, this is my real body. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So a client of mine's like, "No, that's really her. She really looks like this. This is her real age."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "This is crazy," because I was 25 back then.
The fact that they even thought though.
I
that-
was 25. I mean, this is crazy because I was, now this was what? I was 48 when I did that Sweat magazine cover. I think I was 48 at the time. So
Wow.
they took some of my old pictures and they were doing side by sides. And they were saying,
Okay.
when they did, I don't know if you remember that one. They did the side by side of me when I was 25 and then the side of me at 48.
I did see that one.
So it didn't look much different.
No, it did
So
not.
the guy was like, now I have had some injuries, like I've had
Yeah.
my shoulder surgery, I have some knee injuries, I did some wild, crazy competition. So I had a lot of injuries. So my thighs weren't as big. The muscle, I'm still toned, but I don't lift heavy. I'm not squatting like I used to squat.
Right,
I'm not
right.
squatting 200 pounds. When I was 25, I was lifting heavy weight and I had something to prove because I competed.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s and 50s now. I'm not
Yeah,
competing. So
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
I'm not squatting 200 pounds. I don't care to squat 200 pounds. That will
Right.
kill your knees, by the way. Don't do it. So now when I train clients who come and say, I want this, and I'm like, look,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you because I've done it. I don't want you to suffer the injuries that I've suffered. It's not worth it. You can Google me and you can see my old pictures. And
Right.
some people say, well, you look great. I can tell that your legs aren't as big because the spine of lifting, putting a bar across your back with 245 plates on the end, what do you think that's going to do over time? Just use your common
Gosh,
sense.
Yeah.
Just use your common sense. What's
Yeah.
happening to the weight is sitting across your shoulders. Now picture
Yeah.
a woman small like me. I'm 115 pounds. That's how much I was squatting back
Yeah.
then. At 150, I'm having to wear a weight belt. I'm having to tape and wrap my knees,
Yeah.
all for a fitness competition to win.
Yeah.
Okay, we all want to be in first, second, or third place. So we're killing ourselves in the gym, working out extremely hard. I'm candid. I am an open book. I have nothing to hide. I made a lot of mistakes. I would not recommend training like that. I don't train like that now because I learned from my mistakes.
Right.
I have knee issues. I've had shoulder issues. I don't lift heavy like that anymore. I don't
Yeah.
care to lift heavy like that anymore.
Right.
If you're going to train hard like that, make it once a week. You
Okay.
know me. I was in the gym 5 days a week.
Yes,
I
I
was
know.
doing splits. I'm working
Yeah.
out in the morning. I'm working out in the
I know.
afternoon. I was crazy. don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. So
Yeah.
as you get older and you start having these ailments, you realize, oh, it's just common sense. Doing too
Yeah.
much.
Right,
I need to cut
right.
back. I don't need all that weight. I
Yeah.
don't need to be in the gym twice doing splits,
Yeah.
working out an hour in the morning and an hour. I don't need to do that. What is
Yeah.
the point?
And that's
A trophy,
something that
you know?
I'm going to touch on with you later, because I definitely want to debunk some fitness myths.
Let's do that.
But yeah, so at that moment that Mr. Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Dallas, for those who don't know, decided to bring you on, that
Yeah.
was when it really became like a couple's partnership
Yes,
and a
yes.
business.
Business, big
Wow.
business. Yeah.
That is amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay, so talking to you as a woman, so there are a lot of women out there who are mothers, who are wives, business women. What would you say to those women who, they have a lot on their plate? The daily is just already enough, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to those women who want to incorporate fitness into their lifestyle?
It is so easy now. It's not as hard as it used to be. I think because you have so many different things that I didn't have back when I started in my early 20s. It was mostly muscle gyms, all guys, very few women.
Yeah.
Now you have Pilates, you have yoga, you have all these options. You have online, you have virtual. I'm still doing virtuals. I started during COVID. I'm still doing my Zoom classes online. So it's easier because a lot of working moms, like you said, they don't have time. They're raising kids.
It's hard.
You're doing all this stuff and you're like, I don't have time to go to the gym. You don't have to. I do a 30-minute class twice a week. You can stay at home, get you some dumbbells, get yourself a mat, get yourself a yoga ball. We can work out in the comfort of your own home. So there's no excuses. And it's twice a week, 30 minutes. So if you're getting the kids ready for bed and you've got 30 minutes, do you know that's a sitcom? 30 minutes is nothing.
That's an excellent point. You can spend 30 minutes watching
30
TV.
minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes in the comfort of your own home. So for those women, I would say that want to get into it, now is the best time because you have all these options. There was no virtual when I started training. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There was no virtual training. You can
Yeah.
open up your laptop and then there's Shapprell Live. And if you can't be there live, it will be recorded and you can go back and watch it and do it later, whenever it's convenient for you. If the
Right.
kids are in bed at 9:05 to 9:45, you can work out with me. I'm just saying it's really easy now. So there's
Yeah.
no excuses. And that's my slogan, Top Bodies Fitness.
Yeah.
Get fit now, no excuses.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that. I
no
love because it
excuses.
is easy to make excuses.
It is so easy to
especially
do.
when you're a mom and you have the kids in school and then you have work of your own. But I love what you said just now about you can spend 30 minutes
30
watching TV.
minutes.
So you can
30
spend that
minutes.
same 30 minutes,
Girl,
working out.
where's my cell phone? People spend more than 30 minutes doing this on Instagram.
Scrolling on the yes.
Put that phone down
Yep.
and do a 30-minute workout with me.
Yeah.
You can spend 2 hours strolling on Instagram when you could have worked out for 30 minutes and then get
Yeah.
back to Instagram. It's
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we're kind of hitting it early, but I wanted to debunk was that people tend to think you have to spend like hours at a time in the gym to see results, but you just said 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
If the plan is designed for your needs,
Yeah.
30 minutes will get the job done, but it's a 30 minutes consistent 3 to 4 times a week. Not hit and miss. I'm talking consistently every week.
Yeah.
3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes. If you want to do an hour, that's fine too. Because if you're talking about a 30-minute workout, there's short breaks, very, very short breaks. You're boom, 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 boom. And my 30-minute class, we go from one exercise to another. So I tell my clients, stretch before you log on.
Yeah, you're getting the most out of those
You're
30
getting the
minutes.
most, they're getting the bang for your buck. It's a $75 class for the month, and you're getting a consistent hardcore workout. And when I say hardcore, not like it's painful or brutal, I just mean consistent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna get the proper amount of sets, you're gonna do the proper weights for you, because everybody's different,
Yeah.
the proper amount of repetitions, and you will see results with the consistency.
I think that's the key word.
Consistency. That's it.
Absolutely, because you mentioned
That's
your cousin earlier who lost
130 pounds.
130 pounds. How did you all because we talk about
Consistency.
accountability
Yeah.
buddies and
Yeah.
how did you both keep going that long?
When
to
I tell
see-
you, I'm so
how
proud
do
of
people stay
her.
consistent?
It's a mindset. Something has to shift here. It has to shift here. It's got to be almost like you psych yourself out. This is do or die.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing of talking to yourself. And I used to, and it's internal. You don't have to talk out loud to yourself, but internally telling yourself why I'm doing this. Why is this so important? If you look at the statistics of heart disease, just all the things, high blood pressure, diabetes, all these things that plague so many people in every community. People like to say, well, it's this in the African, it's every community. Trust me, I'm a trainer. Doesn't matter your race, creed, color, where you're from, it plagues everyone. So if you look at the statistics of how many people die from things that were preventable, if they just had eaten right and exercised, that's your medicine. If you want to get off of medicine, change your diet and start exercising is what I tell people. That's your medicine. That's going to give you a better quality of life. And it's that simple. If you're saying, oh, I don't know if I can make time to exercise, think about it this way. You can't afford not to because either you're going to exercise and eat right or spend the money on that or spend the money on medication later.
Yeah, do or die, like you said.
Do or die.
Wow.
How do you want to live? Do you want to have a good quality of life or a life where I'm depending on medication because I have all these ailments? That can be prevented with diet and exercise. So do I want to just diet and exercise, or do I want to not diet and exercise, eat junk food all the time, be lazy, don't work out, and then later on I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetic, and then spend all this money in a doctor's office to Band-Aid these things because the medicine isn't going to cure that. I'm going to spend all this money on medication to put a Band-Aid on all these health issues I have, and still I'm probably going to die sooner, or I'm just going to have a poor quality of life, or I can head all that off and just change my diet and exercise. It's do or die. When you get that mentality of, I want to live, but I don't want to just live to live, I want to live and thrive, it becomes easy. When you look at pictures and images of people that have a poor quality of life and they're older, and I know plenty, and I won't call any names, but I know plenty, family and friends, they have poor quality of life because they simply chose not to exercise and they chose not to eat well. I don't eat perfect, but I eat well.
Well, that leads me into my next thing. And I think, too, people also tend to think, oh, I'm young, I can eat what I want. And starting early is the key.
Is the key.
I mean, there might be some truth to that. But
Okay, that's a tough one because everybody doesn't have the same metabolism.
True.
So you have some kids, you've seen overweight kids, right? So now, does that make sense what we just said? That's debunking it. If you say, oh, because you're young, you can eat whatever you want. Clearly not for everybody. You have kids running around with
that are child obesity.
Child
is a real
obesity.
Thing.
So that's been debunked right there. Everybody young can't eat whatever they want. You take one child with a slow metabolism, and another child with a very fast metabolism, one child that body holds on to body fat, the other one burns it very quickly. Can you give them the same diet?
Right.
No.
No,
even though they all should be eating healthy, some kids can get away with eating whatever they want and some can't. I was that kid that could get away with eating whatever I want because I have a fast metabolism. I'm small boned. I'm meant to be petite. I'm a small framed person. But that doesn't mean I was healthy. Just because that kid is eating all that junk food and staying thin doesn't make them healthy. The kid that's eating all that junk food that's overweight, that kid is going to have more problems sooner, but eventually that thin kid is going to have problems as well because of the poor diet.
And heart health.
And heart health.
Yeah, if you go your whole life eating fried food because you're skinny, I mean.
You get it.
I think people tend to forget that too. It's like your heart health.
Heart health. So that's been debunked. That's one we debunked. What's another one we want to debunk?
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and get into the fitness debunks. So the first one that I have listed here is you have to starve to lose weight or to see weight loss results.
No, you don't have to starve.
I think that's one of the biggest things that runs people away from trying to lose weight.
So that's a horrible myth. You don't have to starve yourself to lose weight. You actually need to eat the right foods, small portion sizes, often. So you're not starving. Excuse me, you're eating more often. You want to spread those meals out, have smaller portion sizes, and eat healthy, fewer calories. So sometimes you can be eating more, but the foods are lower in calorie than the junk food.
Right.
So it's not like, so if you're starving yourself and say, I didn't eat all day, and then you had one big meal, what was that meal though? So that's a terrible, one of the worst myths out there is you have to starve yourself to lose weight. What you need to do is eat healthy and exercise to lose weight, not starve yourself.
Right.
You definitely need to eat the right foods to lose weight.
Okay, so portion control
Portion
and then
control.
the quality of the food.
Quality of the food.
That you're eating.
Low sugar, low fat. So don't choose the fattier foods, choose the lean meats as opposed to the fatty meats. If you're saying, I want a snack, okay, you want to do a fruit bowl or do you want to do a Snicker bar?
Right.
You're still eating.
Yeah.
This has how many calories? As
Yeah.
opposed to this fruit bowl is going to be like 50, 70 calories or
Yeah.
350 calories in a snack.
Yeah.
That candy bar is, I don't even know what the candy bar calories. I know it's way over
Yeah.
70 calories. So if I'm having a bowl of watermelon, if I'm having strawberry, watermelon, cantaloupe for my fruit to snack on, or I'm going to go choose the vending machine and get a Snicker bar and some chips and a Diet Coke or a Coke, I'm still eating.
About
I'm just
the
choosing
choice.
healthy. I'm not starving. That was my snack. Mind you, I still had breakfast. That was my snack. I'm still going to have lunch. I'm going to have dinner. And I can lose weight because everything that I ate was low in calories, low in sugar, low in fat.
Yes. And that
So-
that leads into another one that I have here is that you have to completely cut out sweets when trying to lose weight because I know I have a sweet tooth.
Listen,
I love me some
nobody
sweets.
has a sweet tooth like Patrick Dallas. And then
Yeah.
I would say that we both have our portion of sweets, but it's in portion control.
Portion
It's
control.
portion sizes. Okay, so let's say we want to have a candy bar. We want some chocolate. We're women, so I don't know whatever you crave your sweet tooth is. Some people are like, well, I don't like chocolate. I like ice cream. Whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay, so do you buy the whole gallon and sit and eat a whole gallon at one time? Or do you buy the small pint size and you have like 2 scoops? And then you have those earlier in the day so that you can burn those calories off. So you're offsetting it.
Yeah.
So if I want to have a chocolate chip cookie, I'm not going to eat the whole box. I'm going to have one.
Right.
I'm going to get that one chocolate chip cookie to soothe that craving, and I'm going to go
Yep.
right back in the gym, and
burn
I'm
it
going to be
off.
on the treadmill. I'm going to teach a class. I'm going to work
Yeah.
out, and I'm going to burn way more calories than the person that does not work out, like we were talking about. That's eating the whole bag of chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
So that person's eating the whole bag. I had one. I work out. They don't.
Yeah, that's the key right there.
I can have
we can't
sweets.
eat the whole bag of
We can't
of
eat the whole
chocolate chip
bag.
cookies.
And if my husband
Even
and
though
I,
it's tempting.
we'll do this sometimes.
Yeah.
We go out, rarely we'll get dessert, but when we say, let's treat ourselves and get dessert, we get one and split it.
I
So you're
love
sharing the
that.
calories.
I love
He's
that.
not going to get a cheesecake, and I'm going to get, we both have desserts. We're going to get one. We have to decide what we want, and we're going to split it in half, and
Yeah.
we're going to share the calories.
Yes.
And that's not every dinner. That's every now and then you get the dessert.
Yeah.
So I used to tell my clients this, you have one cheat meal a week.
Okay.
Eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
I didn't see every day. I said one cheat meal a week. Not a cheat day, a cheat meal. So if you say, okay, my cheat meal is going to be breakfast on Sunday. I'm going to have my pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my butter and syrup.
Hash
I'm going to have the bacon on the
Everything.
side or whatever it is,
Yeah.
So that's my one cheat meal, and the rest of the week I'm eating healthy. I'm watching my calorie count. I'm watching my portion sizes. But to treat myself for being so good, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have the cheesecake. Or I'm going to have the carrot cake. This is my cheat meal, right?
Yeah,
So I'm going to
yeah.
have the whatever I want, and then I'm going to have my dessert, and I'm going to have my glass of wine and not feel guilty about it.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so here's another one. You can spot reduce areas of fat on your body with specific exercises.
You're going to lose fat all over your body. So if
Okay.
you are training and you're working out, it's like you're working out. Your whole body is working out. I'm not going to go to the gym and just work one arm to spot reduce that. But I'm training my whole body, so your body is on that treadmill, not just your thighs. So some women say, I just want to lose my butt. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to lose some of them boobs too.
Right,
So this is
right.
fatty tissue.
Yes.
So as you're losing body fat, you may lose some of that fatty tissue on your breast. I can't tell you that you're just going to lose fat here and we're
Yeah.
running up and down the stairs. You're gonna start shrinking all over. You're gonna lose
Yeah.
body fat in your arms, body
Yeah.
fat in your chest, body fat in your back,
Yeah.
all over. But the area you want to lose body fat, you're gonna lose that too.
Yeah.
But let's just say I don't really want to lose body fat in my arms. Naturally you are, but let's lift some weights.
I was going to say, because there are a lot of women who, you know, they get in the gym and like, well, I want to work out, but I don't want to lose the booty. Like, I don't want to lose my butt or my boobs. So then you train.
You train to bulk up. Yes, you can bulk up while you're losing the body fat. So if I have extra fat on my butt and I'm doing all the cardio and working out, naturally, when you're building muscle, you're losing body fat. So the body fat is going away, but you can build muscle. Okay. So you're offsetting that with muscle. So yeah, some people say, well, I got a nice butt, but I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, you still got some fat on your butt. And as we diet, you're going to lose some of that fat.
Yeah.
But if you want a bigger butt, let's do some heavier squats, some walking lunges, let's do some glute exercises to lift and firm the muscle, so you won't be like, oh, I have no butt. You're still going to have butt. It just won't be it's going to be a nicer butt.
Yeah.
A firmer butt, you know.
Love that. The other one the next one I had was doing an excessive amount of cardio is the only way to lose weight. We kind of touched on that with just the 30 minutes a day. Yeah. Okay, so the next one here I have is you need to use machines for effective weightlifting.
No.
That's not true.
No, that's not true. Not true. So you can use so the myth is you have to use machines for effective muscle toning. Was that the question?
For, let me see, effective weightlifting.
No.
Or muscle toning.
So that's what I say about having a good personal trainer. You can use free weights. You can use the bands, depending on the client and what their goals are. So if you're using dumbbells, you have to have proper form. Right. You don't have to be on a machine. You can use free weights. You can use medicine balls. You can use whatever you're using. You just have to be sure to be safe and use proper form, proper technique. Right. And you will get results with any of those methods.
Using it the right way.
And using it the right way. Proper form, proper technique.
Yes, I love that. No excuse, because I know one of the things that used to kind of drive me crazy when I worked at the gym. You know, I would literally clock out. I was at the front desk downstairs, and shout out to Lake Nona, the Lake Nona Performance Club. That's where I worked. Yeah. And so I would literally have nights where I would clock out, go upstairs, and work out. And one of the things that used to drive me crazy, which because I was working out at night, it wasn't as bad. But during the day, the machines were always like busy. Like someone always had. I think that can also tend to scare people away because it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't want to wait for the machine to free up. But you can still get a good workout in tone, and you don't have to
be on
always
the machine.
Use the machines.
You're right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I love that. Okay. I have two more, and then I want to get into another topic with you. So if the number on your scale is not going down, because this used to drive me crazy too, you're not losing weight. That scale can be so mentally draining.
This is what I'll say about the
scale.
About the scale, there's do's and don'ts with the scale. Do for me as a personal trainer, when a client comes in that is obviously overweight and they say to me, I want to lose weight. My goal is to lose weight. My doctor says I need to lose whatever. And you have to monitor the weight loss. Right. At the beginning, right? This is not a lifetime thing of being on the scale all the time. I say that's a don't. Don't do that. Don't become hooked on and addicted to the numbers on the scale.
Which a lot of people tend to do.
Yes. So to monitor someone who has to be on a weight loss program, you have to use the scale to monitor their progress. Right. But it's not like if we get on this week and you haven't lost and you should be bummed. And it's not like that.
Because I noticed your weight can even fluctuate on the scale if you eat a meal.
That's right.
You know, like you can wake up in the morning and be like, oh my gosh, I lost 10 pounds. And then you eat a meal and you get on the scale and you're like.
That's right.
You know,
I have a client right now. I have a new client right now who wants to lose 10 pounds. We weighed this morning. She lost 2 pounds. She's 8 pounds away from her goal. But what I told her is you're new, and so sometimes you'll start to lose and then you'll plateau. Right. And then you'll be like, what happened? I haven't lost a pound in 2 weeks. Don't panic. Yeah. That happens. Yeah. You are building muscle too because you're lifting weights. So your weight training, your diet, all these things will have that weight fluctuating with women, hormonal, you know, you're on your cycle, sometimes you're bloated, you're carrying more water weight. That scale's going to be all over the place.
And as you're building muscle, that can also increase the number a little bit, right? On the scale.
A little bit.
You're
Absolutely.
Gaining muscle, right?
Absolutely. And muscle weighs more than fat. So here's the thing, over time when it plateaus, if you're weight training and you're saying I want to bulk up, that scale is going to be all over the place. It's going to plateau, and then you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm gaining weight. I'm not losing weight, but you're gaining muscle.
Yeah.
You don't have the body fat anymore. Body fat and muscle, if you put it on a scale, it's going to weigh, muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah.
So just get the number out of your head and stop weighing. Once you look and feel good, stop weighing yourself. Who cares?
Yes.
Nobody can look at you and guess, well, I could probably guess your
Yeah.
weight. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, and just to clarify, for those who, are using the scale, the best time to weigh is in the morning, right? When you first wake up.
Absolutely. That's more accurate. Because if you're weighing in the evening after you've had 6 meals throughout the day or 4 meals throughout the day, and people can test it. Weigh yourself in the morning and then weigh yourself in the evening and see.
Yeah.
In the same day. If you wake up tomorrow morning, get on the scale before you eat or drink anything, weigh yourself, write it down.
Okay.
After you've had a full day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacking, weigh yourself again and see the numbers and compare the numbers in the same day. And that will tell people.
Okay. So next one, supplements and protein shakes are a must after your workouts.
No.
Now, I know there's plenty
Not
of
a
ways
must.
to get protein, right? I mean, you can get protein in eating lean meats.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
okay. Yes. And then did I ask you to give us a sample diet plan? Because I wanted, for beginners, did I ask you?
For beginners, no, you didn't.
Yes. Let's, because I know we got to watch the time, but I want to give us a sample diet plan for beginners. Yes.
So a sample diet plan would vary depending on the person's goal.
True.
And where they are.
Okay.
So let's
I guess
say,
for someone who's like, I want to make healthier choices, but I'm not, I'm new to this fitness thing.
okay, so again, it would depend, but just put it out there for the average person who says, I want to make healthier choices. You need to have definitely a certain amount of fruit, carbs, protein in your diet.
Okay.
So try to spread that out. For some people that come and say, I really don't eat fruit. I don't like fruit.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, find one you like. You got to have one fruit you like.
one.
Come on, find one or two you like. You got to, and people say, I don't eat. So for breakfast, for me, I would say find the fruit that you like. For the carbs, that could be a half a bagel, an oatmeal, or toast. You want to have a little bit of carb. You want to have that fruit. Or sometimes it may not be a fruit. It might be fruit juice. You can have orange juice, and that will substitute having the fruit. So if you're going to have orange juice, sometimes for me that's a little much. I can water it down. A half a bagel, cream cheese, or an egg, boiled or scrambled. You're going to get your protein. Or you can do lean turkey bacon to get your protein. So you got your starch, your protein, and your fruit.
Got it.
Then moving on to snack in the middle of the day, I can do fruit bowl. I love fruit, so I've always got fruit. So I'll do a smoothie, or I'll do a bowl of fruit, or sometimes I'll do nuts as a snack.
Mix.
Yeah, trail mix, a snack, and then I'll have my lunch. So for me, lately my lunch has been go to turkey, provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato. I'm doing my sandwiches lately. I don't always do that.
You have to eat. You have to,
So I'm getting my sandwich in. Again, for me, I'm lean. I have to do that. I'm putting all the veggies on there. I do avocado. I do cucumber on my sandwiches. I do like the sub bread.
Yeah.
I make my own at home. So I'll eat that for lunch. Sometimes I'll have a tea. And yes, I do sweeten my tea. I'm not one of those, unsweet tea. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I'll have my sweet
Neither
tea.
can I.
I'll have my sweet tea, and I'll have I drink water all throughout the day because I'm in the gym. So I have my big 24 ounce and I refill it. So I'm drinking water all day, but with lunch, I like my sweet tea. And then for dinner, I'll do like a rice or pasta. I have GERD. I have to have some people say at night I don't do carbs. I have carbs with every meal and protein with every meal.
Carbs are energy, right?
Yes, I have that. So I'll have either my rice, and I do wheat pasta, I'll do veggie pasta, I'll do my yellow rice, my brown rice. White rice is okay. It depends on what I'm eating it with. But I don't do white as much as I do my brown and my yellow rice. And then I'll have my vegetables because I love vegetables also. My favorite go-to is cabbage, broccoli. I like carrots.
Yeah.
I love
carrots. Have a bit of a sweetness to them too.
I love carrots. I roast my carrots. I'll do a rustic potato with carrots, and I'll do that in the oven. So those are my go-to. My husband loves spinach. I'm not that crazy about spinach like he does, but I will eat it because I know it's good for you. So we have the vegetables on our plate with every meal. If I don't have cooked vegetables, I do a salad. So we'll do a side salad. We'll have our we do lean meats, and my husband likes impossible meat. I'm not crazy about it, but he likes that. So he stopped eating red meat 2 years ago.
Okay.
I have stopped red meat like 10 years ago.
Okay.
He stopped red meat 2 years ago. We'll eat turkey, fish, tuna, or chicken.
All great proteins.
That's what we have. So it's either one of those any night of the week. We don't do red meat. So that's my thing. I'm more pescatarian lately. So yeah, that would be like a go-to meal plan for the average person. Now, let's say it's a person who really needs to lose weight. I wouldn't recommend having carbs with every meal. For those people, I would cut the carbs out with the dinner meal. I have it for breakfast and lunch because it's your energy. You're going throughout the day, you need that. Dinner, you can have more protein and vegetables. So for those people out there saying, I can't eat that many carbs, you don't have to. So for your dinner, I would say just cut the carbs and have more protein so you can have a larger amount. So if I'm doing 4 ounces of protein, you can do 6 or 7 for dinner. If you're not doing carbs, 6 or 7 ounces of protein with your vegetables for dinner. For those people that want to lose weight and gain muscle.
Okay.
But for me and for you, carbs are okay.
Yeah, I love that. I love everything you just said because nowhere in there did it sound like you're starving. So I love that.
I eat.
Yes.
I eat.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's switch topics for a minute. So you and your husband have been married for 35 years.
35 years.
Oh my gosh. So, well,
years.
I was going to ask how you two met, but you kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah. We met through my high school friend, which was his niece. My husband is 6 years older than I am. So that's how we met. She told me that her uncle saw me and he thought I was cute and he wanted to meet me, and she played matchmaker, and that's how we met.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And the rest is
history.
Okay, so what advice do you have for couples out there who have just gotten married or are planning to get married? Because oh my gosh, with my generation, 35 years of marriage sounds unrealistic in this generation because we have so many things that I feel like can hinder a long-lasting relationship. Social media,
I hear it all the time. When I tell you every day, I have single female clients.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me just real quick do a Rolodex in my head of my clients.
Yeah.
Two are married and the rest are single. Out of all my female clients, 2 are married, I'm married, the rest are single. 1 twice divorced, 1 in the middle of a divorce, another 1 divorced, 1 never been married, no, 3 never been married.
Yeah.
So what I am hearing is, from what I'm hearing, my advice would be people need to take their time. When you say what advice I would give to someone about to get married or wanting to get married, take your time and make sure. This is something I tell my daughter all the time, and a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is I'm about to say is not very popular, but this is something that drives me crazy when I hear it. Opposites attract. Bull malarkey.
Yeah.
BS. Do not buy into. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with that. You are opposites. You are opposites.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Now, opposite people, when he wants to go up, you want to go down. I'm going to give you some examples of what opposites means.
Yeah.
When he wants to go left, you want to go right. When he want to go up, you want to go down. He likes night, you like day.
Right.
He likes roller coasters, you get motion sickness. Just hear me out now, but you're talking about opposites attracting. It's going to be a good mesh.
Right.
He likes nightclubs, you don't. You're a homebody, he likes to go out and party. He likes to smoke and do drugs, you don't. You don't like smoke, it bothers your sinuses. He likes cigar bars, you can't stand the smoke. Opposites don't attract people.
Sounds
You're
like
gonna
a recipe for disaster.
It is a recipe for disaster, and every divorced person I know will tell you that. They don't have enough in common. And I tell my daughter this: you need to find. I don't know if you're biblical or not, but I am. So I'm going to tell you. The Bible says,
"Oh, I'm biblical."
Equally yoked.
Yes.
Equally yoked. What does yoked mean?
Yeah.
Equally yoked. The Bible doesn't say opposites attract. it says equally yoked.
My
That
mom
means
used to tell me that all the time.
equally yoked mean we're on the same accord.
Yeah.
I like day. You like day too? What? Girl, I like to party. You too? I like to be in the club all the time. Oh, you're a homebody? So am I. We can be homebodies together. You like Netflix? I like Netflix. Let's Netflix and chill. Not, no, I hate what you like.
Yeah.
How is that going to work in a marriage and you're going to be happy?
Yeah.
So it's cute for people to say, oh, opposites attract. We're so opposite. How is that going to work in the long run?
Yeah.
Think about what you're saying. Opposites attract. He likes day, I like night. We have nothing in common.
Yeah.
So when you want to sleep, he wants to be awake. When you want to stay home on the weekend, he wants to go out. When he wants to get high, you're like, I'm a sober person. I don't do that.
And imagine having having that, and then getting married, and then bringing kids in the equation.
That is crazy. And you're always arguing because you're never on the same accord. Because you never want to do the same things because you don't like the same things.
Yeah.
How can I be with a man and be happy with this guy and we don't even like the same stuff?
Yeah.
How is that going to work?
And then you find yourself in a whole marriage and you don't even like the person.
You don't even like the person.
Crazy.
You are attracted to them.
Yeah.
So you can be attracted to someone that is opposite of you. So that's when people say opposites attract. So I can be physically attracted to someone that I have nothing in common with.
Yeah.
But because I'm physically attracted to them, I want to make this work. So I'm going to be cute and say, girl, opposites attract. We're so opposites. No, you're attracted to someone that you have nothing in common with.
Yeah. That's a very dangerous situation too, because looks change over time, you know.
Physical attraction is wonderful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You want to be attracted to the person you're in love with. And I believe you can have both, like my daughter says to me all the time. She's like, I'm not willing to settle because I believe I can have both.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When you meet someone, the advice I would give is if they look a certain way now and that's what you're attracted to, why not be candid and say, I'm attracted to the person you are now.
Yeah.
Do you plan on changing on me?
Right.
Is this a bait and switch? Because you're attracted to me, right? So if you like me the way that I am now, I like me the way that I am now, why wouldn't I try to preserve that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I try to preserve that? Because we're giving each other what we both want right now.
Yeah.
So why would I want to get married to you and then 5 years I stop getting my nails done, I stop getting my hair done?
That's an excellent point, because even though,
I
you
do
know,
that?
people tend to think, you know, when you get married, oh, we're both going to be this beautiful on the wedding day. No, looks can change.
Looks can change.
And you still have to
love the
that
inner
person. But still, I also don't believe in getting married and then, you know, eating chips every day, and you know, next thing you know, your husband is like, baby, what happened?
And here's the difference. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's the difference.
Yeah.
I love my husband. If he was in a tragic car accident and couldn't work out anymore, and he didn't have the muscle that he had, I will still love him. I'm in love with my husband, this person.
Yes.
So if he were to get sick and say he loses his looks, or I got sick and lose my looks, we're not superficial in this. We're being realistic.
Right.
That can happen. So you better have things in common with them other than that physical attraction I was just talking about.
You need to be in love with their soul.
So you have to be equally yoked. It's back to that.
Yes.
So even if my looks fade and his looks fade, because we're equally yoked, we'll still be happy with each other. Because I like the person you are. I like our banter. I like our conversations. You support me. I support you. You have my back. I have your back. But if you don't have that and the looks fade, you're going to be out.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason I was with you. It was built on physical attraction because we had nothing in common to begin with. We did not connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
I overlooked all that stuff because I was physically attracted to you. So what if the physical attraction go? Then what's left?
Right.
Because you didn't like the person, you were physically attracted to the person.
Yeah.
So you gotta like that person.
Yeah.
You can love someone and not like them.
That's
You
very
can
true.
love someone and not like them. We have family members. Everybody got somebody in their family they love, but they don't like them.
Yeah, you have family
It's
members.
like, you're my blood,
Yeah.
and I love you, but I don't like you and I don't want to hang out with you. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can love people from a distance.
It happens because we're all different.
We're all
and
different.
you do have to sometimes love people from a distance to protect your own
But you
peace.
can't do that with a spouse.
No.
You can't do that. You're my spouse. We're in the same house. We're married. We're sleeping in the same bed, and I don't even like you.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
crazy.
So we have to have a deeper connection, and I would advise couples to take pause and get real with each other, and do not get married if it's superficial.
Yeah.
You start peeling back the layers and talk about your childhood issues, unpack all that stuff. If you're planning on getting married, you should know that anyway.
Yeah.
What is your debt like? What is your overall health like?
Yeah.
Let's go deep.
What's your credit score?
What's your credit score? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your
Right.
future plans? What's your goals? What my goals are? Let's see if they mesh. Let's see if our goals align
Yeah.
with one another. Because if you want to be over here in the Bahamas somewhere and retired in 5 years, I don't.
Right.
So I have career goals. I'm trying to reach something that's going to take me at least 10, 15 years. I'm building a business. I'm trying to
Yeah.
build a brand. And you want to be sitting on the beach drinking matas.
Right.
I'm not seeing that in 5
Right.
years.
Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
lot of life left to live. So we need to
Yeah.
have conversations about where we are and what we want
Yes.
before we
I
say
love
I
that.
do.
I love that. So quickly, what do you say to the people of my generation or the younger generation that don't believe in love anymore?
I think that's sad.
Yeah.
When you say love like in a romantic relationship, right?
Yeah, they think it's a fairy tale. You being married 35
Yeah.
years, some of them don't
It's
believe
heartbreaking, and you have to have
Yeah.
my husband on this show because he's got a lot to say about
in
this.
that.
He
I
has
do.
a lot to say about this, and I'm going to touch on it real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
So my husband, from a male perspective, says men aren't being raised the way they used to be. Men do not know how to approach women. And he also says men that would like to are afraid to. So a lot of men,
really?
yes. Women don't know a lot about men. They're human beings just like us, and they have feelings and emotions. So you get these
Right.
girls out here that think they're cute,
Yeah.
and they're in the club, and a guy approaches them, and they're trying to be cute and funny with their girlfriends. They shoot him down cold and hurts his feelings. He's like, well, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So, you have these girls that are like,
I hate that. I feel like
so if a guy approaches you and you're not attracted to him, don't act like that.
yeah.
Don't
It
act
takes
like
away
that.
from your beauty, actually. when
Because
you
if a
shoot
guy
people
had the
down like that.
courage to come up to you and he found you attractive and you
Yeah.
give him a 1-2 diss and like a frown, like, girl,
Yeah.
or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what you have just done to that guy is you've diminished him, you have belittled him, you have disrespected him, and you've disrespected yourself.
Yeah.
And that man has been scarred. He is a human being just like you.
Right.
If it were reversed, how would you feel?
Yeah.
If a man did the 1-2 with you and
Yeah.
it's so disrespectful.
It's crazy that women do that because we would feel so low. A lot of
So
us
low.
if a guy did
So
that
low.
to us.
So what makes
Yeah.
us think that we can treat men this way? It's like,
Yeah.
so I think there's issues on both sides with the younger generation. The girls and the guys, they need teaching and schooling on how to behave and how to just treat each other with respect,
Yeah.
decency.
Yeah.
You can be polite and turn someone down. You don't have to be rude and cold.
Yeah.
And you can even say, I really appreciate you coming over here. But
Yes.
even if you have to lie and say, I'm taken or I'm seeing
Yeah.
somebody, don't do the disrespectful thing.
Yeah.
The diss. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, we got to wrap it up.
I know.
But I got to get one more gem out of you, and then I want you to
Okay.
tell us, for those who are interested in Top Bodies Fitness, how they can
Yes.
find you on social media.
Okay.
So, one more thing as far as marriage. Okay, so oftentimes when challenges arise in a marriage, it can make you second guess the decision to get married, make you second guess your partner. And I really wanted to get this in because there are a lot of people that are married and struggling,
Yeah.
So instead of being so quick to jump to the negative, maybe I shouldn't have gotten married, maybe I shouldn't have chose this person, or
Yeah.
what would be your advice on how to navigate those moments?
Oh boy,
because they come.
They come.
Yeah.
I've been married 35 years, so I've had them.
Yeah.
And my husband will say the same thing. We've had those. You have those heated arguments and those heated disagreements where you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I can't, like, how do we get here and why am I still married to you? But that's why you have to have that true love, because
Yeah.
it can get real tough. It can be real challenging. And you have to remind yourself of what you love and like about that person.
Yeah.
In the heat of an argument or disagreement, all you're thinking about is everything that they're saying right now that you don't want to hear, that you disagree with. You vehemently disagree with everything this person's throwing at you right now.
Yeah.
And so you can't stand them in the moment. But that's in that moment.
Right.
Look at the bigger picture, and you have to remind yourself of all the wonderful traits about this person. So if you sat down and wrote a list, full stop, write a list, all the wonderful things about this person, everything I hate about this person, which list is longer? If that everything I hate about that person is way longer than the things that I love about that person,
And there's a problem.
there's a problem.
Yeah.
But if you look at that list and you go, oh, why did I get so mad about that? Because I only have like 4 or 5 things that I really hate about him, but I love 15 to 20 things about him, then it's like it's worth fighting for. It's worth it. Because sometimes, honestly, I'm sorry, but you married the wrong person. If you got 50 things you don't like and only 5 that you like, you're with the wrong person. I cannot help you. There's no...
And that's when accountability comes in, because we all get red flags, and there's a reason for everything. So I feel like you sometimes when you find yourself in a marriage and you're like, how did I get here? It's like, okay, well, did I rush into this because I just wanted to say I have a husband?
I heard someone told me that they did. That's why she's been married and divorced twice. And she admitted it. She rushed into it. She didn't take her time. So you have to take your time, which we know that. But for those that do get married and find themselves there, you have to back up. I believe in therapy and counseling if you need it. Some things can be worked through. So don't be so quick to throw in the towel if there's true love there. It's worth fighting for. It is not very easy to get a divorce. So if you got married, remember why you married that person, if you got married for the right reasons. So we already know that. So if you got married for the right reasons, your I love list is longer than I hate list about that person. Work it out. Talk it out, work it out, get therapy if you need to, have a mediator. It's worth it. But on the other hand, for those that are in abusive relationships, they're not being fulfilled, they're miserable in it, and there's more on the I hate about you list, it is time to part ways. I do believe in divorce. That is not divine. You weren't supposed to be married to begin with. So why suffer 10 more years if you've already suffered 10? Break yourselves free to find what you really want. But if there's true love and you are in love with that person, fight for your marriage. Work on it. Get the therapy you need. Take your time. Don't make hasty decisions in the heat of an argument. Because people can shout things out when they're angry and then they live to regret it.
That's so scary too. You have to be careful what you say in an argument.
Pause.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Take
my
pause.
gosh. I could go on and on with you.
I love it.
I can't believe this is the first episode. So maybe down the road,
I'll come back. For sure.
Because the questions and the topics are endless.
That marriage one with your age group is a big one. My husband could talk an hour about that.
I'm going to have to get him on here.
You have to.
And maybe at some point I can get the both of you because, y'all are just amazing.
Absolutely.
I feel so blessed that I met you all. And just to even be sitting here in this moment, it's amazing.
Likewise.
So before we end, please tell everyone how they can find you on social media, Top Bodies Fitness.
Top Bodies
for
Fitness.
For those interested in who watch this, I want to train with her. How can they find you?
Okay, so my Instagram account is Shapprell Dallas, my name. It's my real name. People think I'm in Dallas. No, I'm in Florida. Shapprell Dallas. My last name is Dallas. So it's Shapprell at Shapprell Dallas on my Instagram, at Top Bodies Fitness. And some of my pages, you'll see the same thing because I tag myself. So that's how you can reach me on Instagram. I am not on anything else right now. Facebook, I'm old school. I have a TikTok, nothing's on it. Nothing's on it. So that's how they can reach me. And then if you go to my Facebook, there's a link for my website.
I was going to say, you have a website.
I have a website. So there's a link on both of my pages in my bio. So if you want to find out more about my programs, you can go to topbodiesfitness.com.
Awesome.
Topbodiesfitness.com or Top Bodies Fitness on Instagram or Shapprell Dallas on Instagram.
Awesome. Yes, which I've got this information because I have her. So I could never let go of Miss Dallas.
And we'll tag that.
Yes.
So we'll be forever connected. Forever.
No, literally. I want to thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This
thank you for having
absolutely
me.
Amazing. I couldn't have picked anyone better for my first episode.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And here's to
cheers.
More life, health, and wellness, and more blessings.
And life uncorked.
Yes, life uncorked. Yes. Thank you.